Alrighty, welcome back to the Bull North Sports Podcast. It's been a very long time, about a year I would say, since we have, probably a year and a half actually, since the last time we filmed our last pod. I think it was around the time when the Timberwolves made the playoffs, not this season, but last season when they lost to the Mavericks in the conference finals. I believe that was our last.
Yeah, I think it was right around that time.
I think that was our last one, and then we went to Miami, and we were done. We were, So, like, to catch up, I guess, because we didn't do anything last season, which kind of sucked, because, I mean, we had a pretty good season last year.
Yeah, we did, but it was whatever, right?
You know,
You're going to forget about the ending, right?
No.
But we're so back now.
We're going to try to be back for an extensive period of time. I have been posting on TikTok a little bit here and there, so trying to stay relevant, but we just decided we got to come back, and a special season is among us with the Vikes and the Twins. We don't know what to say. We'll get into that, and then the Timberwolves, they're gonna run it back with the same squad.
Yeah, I guess we talked about the cat trade, right? Are we that far?
That happened before the season, so we never talked about that.
Yeah,
we are so sorry.
I could have thought we did, but I guess
I don't
looking
think we
back
did.
now, I guess we didn't even.
Because that happened
we talked about getting JJ, right? McCarthy, right? We talked about
the draft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not that removed, I guess.
We
are.
No, we missed a full season of every single team, but
yeah, we did. Yep.
But it's fine because now we're back. You know, better late than never.
Yeah, you might as well.
It's fine, and the season is 2 weeks away. Pretty much
2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah.
Duh, Bears. You just want to start there. I know we're hitching at it. You just want to start with the purple.
Yeah, let's do it. We always start with the Vikes. It's our easiest one to cover. Yeah. So 53-man cutdowns are happening. Actually,
as we speak.
There are 11 guys who got cut today.
Nobody really notable other than Rippon, I guess you could say.
Rippon got cut today, in which, I mean, Brosmer's been playing really, really well. I mean, roll the boat, go Gophers. And he's I think he's very, very smart. I've never seen anything from a UDFA.
Do you think he's for sure going to make the 53? Is he a lock, or are they going to try to sneak him on the practice squad?
They're not going to be able to get him through waivers. I know that.
So how does the third emergency quarterback work?
They don't suit up until, I guess, they're needed. So they technically do count towards the 53. They don't have to be reactivated, or they don't have to be activated from the practice squad as an elevation. They just don't have to suit up until, if JJ unfortunately gets hurt again, then Carson Wentz has to go in.
I actually don't mind that. I don't mind the Carson Wentz signing.
No.
I guess I had higher expectations for Sam Howell. It doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
The ammunition for going to get a guy.
Yeah, KOC can't fix everybody, unfortunately. And that's not KOC's fault, just Howell was not picking it up. And you could tell, especially in the preseason games, he had that horrific pick that he threw in the second preseason game. And, KO doesn't like turnovers, that's for sure. He likes a quarterback that can take care of the ball. And I don't know. Howell, he had the great traits. He had the arm.
Yep.
He just was not picking up the offense.
I just think, it's one of those things is you had your number one guy. You've made that clear since you let Darnold leave. Mm-hmm. Didn't offer him. Like, you wanted JJ to start. Now he's got his chance.
Yeah.
And I like having Wentz because he's a little bit more experienced to help not only JJ but Max as well.
Right.
Because who knows what Max is,
Mm-hmm.
So
he's very smart, very intelligent. The amount of times that he checked to certain plays in certain situations, like that fourth down pass that he had to Dante Fleming, where he checked it at the line, saw the pressure. That was really loud, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to keep it as quiet as I could, but
where he checked it at the line and he found Fleming. Unfortunately, Fleming couldn't bring it in. But just his ability to see that right away, and he processes things so quickly. I think he's a biomedical engineer major at. Well, he was until he graduated. But
I feel like ever since last year, halfway through even the Gopher season, you could see it clicked.
Right.
The Gophers started out very slow last year, and then he started to click, and then everybody in Minnesota was like, yeah, this guy's got it. This guy's good.
Right.
The fact that he didn't even get drafted is probably because he went to a smaller school and he had just had the 1 year at Minnesota, obviously. But I feel like he's good. Mm-hmm. But we got our guy. We hope our guy pans out.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say he's enough to be the QB2 right now.
I don't think he is.
But I like the Wentz signing for sure. He was in L.A. With the Rams a couple seasons ago, so he knows the West Coast offense. You know, obviously O'Connell came from the McVay system. He was in Philly with Josh McCown when he was still playing, which is crazy, back in, I think, 2017 or
when
2018.
He was the MVP. 2017, before he tore his ACL, he was the MVP of the season, and then Nick Foles came in and
ruined our dream. So, thank you, Nick Foles.
Second NFC Championship loss that I've witnessed in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That one, we scored that. I know we've said it before on the pod many, many times, but I really thought we were going to.
Well, we come off the miracle. We're jacked. Then Case Keenum takes us right down the field. Back end zone, Rudolph, and we're going crazy.
Joe Buck says, what a start.
And then, when I knew it was over, I know we keep going back to it.
Yeah.
When he threw that pick six, like right away in the second quarter, I think it was, that was like, it's over. Pack it up.
All momentum was lost with that. I think his arm got hit or something like that. And it's just all the life was pretty much sucked out of us at that point. And we just never found the momentum.
We got greener pastures ahead, though. Hopefully, right?
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, these next 3 years for the Vikings are very pivotal towards championship success and opportunity, and they have a 3-year window with J.J. McCarthy's rookie contract until they have to pick up that 5th-year option, and they have a lot of outs with a lot of contracts with Ryan Kelly next year, and Michael Juergens been looking really good in preseason too, so that's another one. They are $65 million deep in the hole next year in salary cap.
Don't matter, we got Rob Brzezinski, baby.
The salary cap is a myth. There's always a way around it.
Always is.
So, but yeah, I mean, with the Cutdowns, there was a list that was put out today. I think it was 11 guys. I think it was Rippon, Trey Stewart, Robert Lewis, Silas Bolden, which the UDFA from Texas. I was really hoping. I put out a TikTok predicting that he'd make the 53-man roster because we had such a wide-open punt return and kick return game.
Especially after Rondale Moore got hurt, which is terrible.
I feel bad for the guy.
I've always liked Rondale Moore. Like, even when he was at Purdue and he just
squatting 500 pounds.
Torched the Gophers. Yeah. Every time they'd play the Gophers, Purdue, Rondale Moore would just torch them.
Yeah.
But that's everybody.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And I don't know. I think he's out for the season, too. I'm pretty sure they reported.
They put him on season-ending IR.
That's just unfortunate.
I'll put this out there. You're more of a true fan than I am. All those guys you said, no idea.
Yeah, I mean, Trey Stewart, running back. You got Brett Rippon, got cut. Robert Lewis, receiver. Silas Bolden, receiver. Who else got cut? Logan Brown, the UDFA from Kansas, got cut, but I think he'll probably get brought back on the practice squad. Travis Bell got cut. Keenan Garber, Reddy Stewart, Michelle Powell also got cut.
I think me and Austin are in the same boat. Producer Austin over
here.
I think we're in the same boat, and we don't know a lick about any of these guys, nor do we really care as much as Cam does.
The thing is that when we get to the Wild and Twins, I'm completely lost. So
yeah, but
there's its ebbs and flows on who knows the more ball in each sport than
that's true. That's true. But
it's also me being an absolute freak.
You're a diehard. I'm a diehard, but not exclusively like you are. Like you. You're all in all the time.
I just like the roster construction and who's getting cut and.
You almost like this more than the actual season.
Right.
And the draft.
I love the offseason. I take the draft very seriously. And I'm just waiting for tomorrow when Kwesi cut. I mean, he'll probably cut 20 to 30 dudes tomorrow.
I'm just waiting for the AT19's home tweet on my phone right now.
Carolina's being not stupid because I understand it. But they're gatekeeping Adam Thielen pretty much, and I get
There was a tweet that I agreed with. if they trade Thielen away, they have all just rookie or second or third year guys, and Thielen's kind of the veteran leadership to help Bryce Young, which I understand. But that's probably one of the reasons why we want him in Minnesota too, is to help JJ, just to get another. But if we get Thielen in this offense, we're just gonna.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people forget it's only 3 games as well. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's also. I mean, you don't want to start 0-3.
I know, but I think it also why they're looking is how much faith do they actually have in Jalen Nailor?
Right.
I think it always comes back to that.
Well, Naylor's also hurt, too. That's the issue. The injury bug has floated around the wide receiver position for us. And, I mean, you can only trust your young guys so much. And Jefferson's going to get doubled no matter what. Whether you bring in Adam Thielen or not, or even if Jalen Nailor plays, he'll get doubled. He'll get bracketed.
I think the first 3 weeks we're going to see a lot of TJ Hawkinson.
Oh, yeah. And people forget. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's, especially with JJ, because if you think about it, back to his Michigan days, Colson Loveland was a first-round pick because of JJ. There's more of his attributes and other things involved in it, but I feel like Colson Loveland was a first-round pick because JJ threw him the ball a lot. Well, if you're like everybody else, JJ never threw the ball at Michigan, though. So
right. Yeah, and you just look at his running backs. I mean, Blake Corum's a backup in L.A., and Donovan Edwards went undrafted. So, I mean, what's your argument there? I don't know. I mean, what receivers? What Roman Wilson and Cornelius Johnson? I mean,
I think Roman Wilson could have a breakout year, especially with Rodgers as quarterback.
Yeah,
and they have DK, so I feel like he could do something in Pittsburgh, maybe.
I mean, that wide receiver room is wide open. I mean, their second receiver is Calvin Austin. So, I would. Is that another one where I just know it and you guys had no idea?
I've heard his name before, but where did he go to college?
Memphis.
Exactly. Exactly right. My point is still proven.
He's really fast too. But yeah, I mean, if you bring in a guy like Adam Thielen, he knows the offense, that's for sure, and hopefully he takes away a couple doubles from Jefferson.
So to stay at the receiver position, who do you have making the 53-man roster?
So I guess I'll just go everybody, and we'll get up to that. So obviously JJ, Carson Wentz, and Brosmer will be your 3 quarterbacks. No practice squad quarterback because now that Rippon's been cut.
I mean, he'll be on the practice squad.
They might bring him back, and I guess I wouldn't be mad about that. I mean, kind of hard to not have a quarterback on scout team. Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, and I have Xavier Scott making it over Ty Chandler. I think Ty Chandler gets cut.
I do too.
I think he didn't do much.
I feel like, especially after the Jordan Mason trade, Ty Chandler's days in Minnesota were probably limited after that.
Yeah.
But they're different types of running backs. To extend on that point. Like Jordan Mason and Ty Chandler are different. But Ty Chandler's never found it.
No.
He's never, when we got him out of North Carolina, he was we thought he was going to be a lot better than he is.
Yeah.
And that's probably the homer in both of us. We picked him in the 4th or 5th round.
6th
round.
Yeah.
And we're like, this guy could be something. But then, you go out and sign Aaron Jones. And now you get, because we had him before Jones, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
he was drafted in that 22 class, and it's only him and Naylor who are the standing members from that class. Lewis Dean got released today, too.
Oh, he did?
By the Eagles.
I was talking about a different guy. That's why I gave you the sad eyes.
Ah, yes. Brian Asamoah. Yeah.
Your guy.
If you are a listener who has been here since the start, I have a authentic, well, not an authentic, but a screen printed like what the NFL makes, Brian Asamoah jersey, number 33. And then he switched to, I think he switched to,
23 or something like that.
24, 23, and then he went to 6. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And then once Aaron Jones came by, I just taped his name over. So, but
I agree with that. I don't think Chandler makes a team. He'll probably get picked up by somebody just to see what they can get out of him. But
he's got something. I know he does. I mean, I know KO talks about it all the time. That Bengals game in 2023. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, rushed for $150. He's got something.
don't bring that Bengals game up because KOC, that's one of his poorer coach games.
You got Brandon Powell
in his tenure here.
Trying to tush push Nick Mullins. What a year! What a year! We were covering that year too. That's when
that's when we went to 4 quarterbacks. Who started that game? Mullins.
Yeah, we had Mullins because that was the week we went to the game before when Dobbs had his last.
Was that the Bears Monday night game then?
It was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I remember watching that game, and then
that was not good.
Because we still had hope we were going to make the playoffs, and then after we lost that, we're like, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, you had Mullins and then Jaron Hall. Oh, my gosh.
The Mormon Missile, we thought there was something with that,
That
too.
Falcons game, I'm telling you. Everybody knows.
That one drive that he was just like, oh, yeah.
He was all in.
We scored.
And then Jeff Okudah was the guy who hurt him. So it all comes
Funny
full
how that
circle.
all works. Do you think he makes a team? We're bouncing around.
Yeah.
You know.
We get sidetracked, when you got 2 P's of ADHD in a pod, I mean.
Yeah, you can't help it,
You're going to bounce around, that's for sure. So I got Xavier Scott making it. I thought he impressed really, really well.
And I think he'll be the punt returner.
You think so?
I think him or the kid we got from Maryland, the receiver.
Yep. CJ Ham, obviously. I mean, yeah, fullback, of course. Receivers, so now we're back to our original spot here. So obviously this guy named Justin Jefferson will make the team. Jordan Addison, even though he's suspended, he doesn't count technically towards the 53.
Okay.
So I have him there for now. Little prediction, I'd have Adam Thielen in there just in case. And then I have Ty Felton making the team. I mean, it's kind of hard to cut your third rounder, Unless if he really absolutely played horrible in the preseason and didn't pick things up in training camp. And then I got Deshaun Jones. He's had a really impressive preseason as well. I mean, each game he had about 4 or 5 catches for about 40-something yards, And then I got Miles Price making it, actually. He'll be the punt returner. He was the one who had that 60 or 70-yard return.
I'm just going to tell you right now, I didn't watch. I watched JJ's first drive, and that was about
Did you?
That was about it.
Miles,
I think producer Austin's the same boat as me. I think he probably watched JJ's drive,
Austin.
and he's like, "Yeah, that's the preseason cap for me."
We need to eventually get a second camera angle so we can just get
and then get the third mic. Just have Austin in the corner, them just laughing at us the whole
time. I got Miles Price, and then I'm just gonna have 6 there. And then I was thinking not 6 or 7 there. And then I got Tim Jones. We signed in free agency.
Okay.
Do you know him?
No, Cam. You can skim through all of this.
Tim Jones, Thayer Thomas.
Yeah, he's the guy that. Yep, he's the new. Who's the guy that Austin loved? Tristan Jackson. There you go.
Justin Jefferson, basically.
2.0.
Yeah, so I got Thayer and then Lucky Jackson I would have had over Deshaun Jones, but he dropped the ball a lot during preseason.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then I'm going to have Naylor probably start on short-term IR because he's out indefinitely with that hand injury.
So they have to go get a guy. A guy, it doesn't have to be Thielen, but they have to go get a guy. Especially because you have to have JJ have another... Other than JJ and Hawkinson right now, and maybe Aaron Jones out of the backfield a little bit, you have to have another solid receiver because you don't want to have just one proven receiver to start the year with a rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they're going to have the picks to do it absolutely after trading Hall. I'm surprised they got some out of them. And then they also got, I think, a little something from the Wentz trade as well. So
no, they signed Wentz.
They got some from Hull, and then Harrison Phillips trade. Yeah. They got a couple extra things. So
which was kind of the shocker of training camp. For
me. Right.
I know,
I
like to bounce around, but if you have it on your computer, I don't want to ruin this for you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Rondale will be on IR, and then Gavin Bartholomew, the tight end that we picked in the draft from Pitt.
Yep, okay. He was a 6th round pick, right?
I think so. And then, I got Dante Fleming getting cut. Robert Lewis already cut. Silas Bolton, blah, blah, blah. Tight ends, Hawk Oliver, and then I have Ben Urasek, UDFA tight end. He'll be the tight end 3. And then I got Bryson Nesbitt.
On the practice squad?
On the practice squad. And then Nick Vanett and Giovanni Ricci cut.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name.
I think they'll keep 9 offensive linemen. Darisaw, Jackson, Kelly, Fries, O'Neal, obviously. I have them keeping Justin School, who they signed over the offseason.
He's a guy from Tampa. He's like a swing tackle.
Swing tackle.
He can play guard, too.
Mm-hmm. I think he was signed for insurance just in case if Darisaw wasn't going to play week 1, but it sounds like he's on track to do so, which is amazing.
Stud.
Yeah.
Stud.
Guy's a stud. He just needs to play a full season. I mean, that'd be great if Darisaw could play.
Hasn't he, other than last year?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He got hurt.
He's always been out for at least a game or two. Like that Buffalo game, he didn't play in 2022.
I thought he got hurt.
Did he?
I thought he got hurt, like, later in the game.
Because I know that, Brandel played tackle that game.
I don't think Brandel started that year.
Maybe not.
I think Brandel was the 6th offensive lineman. When somebody gets hurt, he comes in.
Right. Maybe. I don't remember. There was so much that happened.
Yeah.
So it was a crazy game. And then I got Brandel, guard, and he can play tackle too, obviously, we just mentioned. Michael Juergens has had a really good preseason, backup center, and then Walter Rouse, also another guy who can
I kind of
play.
hope you never pray for injuries or an opportunity.
Sure.
I feel like if Walter Rouse would get an opportunity, I feel like he would show some people. Like
I love the guy. He's full of energy. He does the skull chant all the time at training camp when it's usually like the rookies who do it, and he's always doing it. He's a good vocal leader. I like him a lot.
For sure.
Right. Then switching over to the absolutely insane defense we're gonna have.
I feel
this
like
year.
we didn't even touch on it. I feel like this offseason, Kwesi, he bolstered the trenches. We've always said it.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Get the trenches better, and that's exactly what he went out and did.
This is our best offensive line since 09. Over the years, the fans have always been screaming that, we need to pick, because we've always said it's not the sexy pick.
No, yeah, it never is.
And we knew that we're going to pick a guard this year, and whether that was going to be Gray Zabel or Donovan Jackson, depending on who was going to get to us.
And it's like we said, it's not a sexy pick, but it's a pick you need to have when you have a young quarterback to build around him.
Right.
So he feels comfortable.
Yeah. So
even though the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry,
Right. JJ gave him some after he was picked, but, that's your guy blocking for you, so you got to ease up on the trash talk a little bit. But, Ohio State will now get Michigan for the next how many years, because Michigan ain't going to be good.
No.
So now that their savior, JJ McCarthy, has left them, so... but over to the defense, in which very excited about the signings that happened on defense, especially in those trenches with Allen and Hargrave.
I feel like that was a very buy low situation for both.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Hargrave. I feel like out of camp, you've heard more about him than you have Allen. Mm-hmm. Because Allen's job isn't to get on the stat sheet. It's just his internal pressure that he provides is what we really went out and got. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what Harrison Phillips lacked. And I feel like that is why he got traded.
So you just answered your own question there as to why.
I was more surprised. Like, I understood the trade, but then I was more surprised of his leadership. Mm-hmm. He was a captain. I think he was a captain since KO got here, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Did we sign him the year? I think the first year he wasn't on the team with KO, and they went out and got him after, right? So we had a year under KOC, and then we went out and signed him.
Right.
But so ever since he's been here, though, he's been a captain.
He's been a captain, very involved in the community. Walter Payne, Man of the Year selection for us.
Awesome dude.
Yeah.
Like, awesome everything. But, we got young guys, and I'm sure you're going to touch on it next.
Right. So, like I said, you just answered your own question there. Harrison Phillips, he lacks pass rush. And you got a guy like Jalen Redmond, who was fantastic last year. The rookie Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, who was actually getting first-team reps over Harrison Phillips at one point.
Is he the guy from Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Levi Drake Rodriguez.
Which I'm excited for. I hope he was on the team last year. He just was never active. I hope he gets a chance this year.
I think he will. He's explosive, especially for his size. I love the hair.
He looks like a Viking.
He just looks like a Viking. Yeah, I love his energy, too. He's got great pass rushing skills. I think he had 2 sacks or 3 sacks this preseason or something like that. So
you look at me like I was watching the preseason.
I
keep going back to the bell, but
I'm like, right.
And I'm like, yeah, sure.
And then, let's see. So, obviously, Allen Hargrave, Jalen Redmond, and then TID, LVR, Taki Taimani. I have him making it. And then Elijah Williams, the UDFA.
How many do we keep?
Defensive tackle, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, yeah, okay. Because then Travis Bell is... What did I do there? Travis Bell is cut, and then I don't know if they're going to keep anybody else at the defensive tackle, maybe Jonathan Harris. But, yeah, so I got 7 there. And then the edges, Jonathan Grenard, Dallas Turner, Andrew Van Ginkel, Gabe Murphy.
Okay.
And then Bo Richter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no surprise, really no surprise. I don't think we really have to touch on anything. I feel like everybody in that room is...
I honestly don't think there will be many surprises. There's one guy that I think will be a surprise on defense. I'll get to him here soon. But there's one guy, and I'm kind of disappointed to say it, and you might be too. But linebackers, I got Cashman, Pace, Eric Wilson, Kobe King, the rookie from Penn State.
And I feel like Kobe King and Eric Wilson are reasons why Brian Asamoah didn't make the team.
Yeah, Kobe King really flashed in that first game, and I think he'll be a good special teams guy. Eric Wilson, too, I mean.
And yeah, Eric Wilson, we've known him before he came. He was here first, and then he went to Philly, I believe, and then he went to Green Bay.
Green Bay, yep. So. And he had that block punt first week 6 years ago, by the way, against Atlanta.
I remember that.
He had a bloody face mask afterwards and visor, but took it like a champ. Okay, so this is where my surprise is. So I got, for corners, Byron Murphy, obviously Isaiah Rodgers, Jeff Okuda, Nudie McLeathern, Dwight McLeathern. And then Mackay, I do have him making the team, but I'm afraid he might get cut.
I could see that too. I feel like he hasn't shown anything. Granted, he did tear his ACL last year, but he's never... Like his rookie year, he was like our number 2 corner for most of the year, and then he got hurt, and then I guess he might not have ever found it again. Hopefully he does, because I feel like he's... But we didn't have Murphy. We did have Murphy when he was corner 2.
That was the year we signed him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Mackay a lot. It's just he's playing so deep in these games. I mean, he was still in the game around the third quarter in the Tennessee game.
You also got to remember, the preseason's a little bit different than it has been in the past with the fourth game. And like the fourth game was always, for me at least, the fourth game was, you're fighting. If you're playing at all in the fourth game, you are fighting for a spot. Depending on how deep you play in the fourth preseason game, then you're kind of, like if you're in the second half of the fourth preseason game, you're probably not going to make the team.
Right.
But now, if you look at it, though, like the third preseason game, like Mahomes even started for the Chiefs this past week.
True.
So, it's preseason's a little different. They're kind of, the NFL, you could tell, is kind of going away from the preseason. They want more regular season games.
Oh, sure.
So.
But, I mean, the preseason also, you need it, especially if you want these guys if you want these teams to go from 90 to 53. I mean, you need the preseason to see. I mean, you're obviously not going to be able to evaluate that real game speed and what they're thinking, how they're responding to things, and just speed of the game is obviously quicker for these guys who are out of college. So
I guess we didn't even touch on it before. What did you think of the Byron Murphy contract when we gave it out to him?
Well, obviously, I mean, they waited a little bit, and I think everybody else knew that, and this is nothing against Byron Murphy, but a lot of his picks were obviously pop-ups and flyouts, It wasn't really him making a play on the ball, and again, it's not a knack on Byron Murphy.
Not
it's
at all.
Just real. You look at the tape, and the film don't lie.
He was our best corner last year. He
was, and sure, if you want to go off of PFF, I mean, yeah, I think he was in the 70s, like the mid-70s, which is just fine. But obviously, the stats were boosted, and a lot of arm punts. Thank you, Jordan Love. And, I mean, he had one. I mean, Kyler threw him one. Kirk threw him that one where he one-handed it in the end zone.
Sweet.
Joe Flacco threw one right right to him. So, I mean, a lot of those, Byron didn't really make a play on the ball.
On top of that, more so, could you see us going out and getting a guy? Like Asante Samuel Jr.
Asante, depending on if he's healthy. I mean, he just had neck injury, or do you bring Gilly back,
It's true. Do you think the next 6 to 7 days, depending on who gets cut, you go out and sign a different guy, or no?
You could. I mean, the Vikings have money. It just depends on what they want to do. And I think once we're done with this segment here, we can get into those receiver options and how much they want to spend.
I feel like they really, really love Isaiah Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like they like Okuda as well. I feel like Flores can kind of find the diamond in the rough, the third overall pick that Okudah was out of
Right.
Ohio State.
I mean, he went that high for a reason, and he's been talking very, very well about him. Okudah was actually the one. I don't want to say he got Justin Jefferson hurt, but
But he locked him down in one of the games that they played him when he was in Detroit. Still,
every single time that Jefferson played Okudah, I mean, he was held. Not penalized like held, but Okudah's a physical corner. And I think, that's what Flores like. He wants to play man all the time.
I feel like, and that's why they went out and got the guys for the defensive line they did.
Right.
Because you can apply more pressure, and then your defensive backs don't have to guard for 5 to 10 seconds.
Right, and that's why I'm also not too worried about. I mean, I know the depth was a little bit of concern in Tennessee the last game for corners, but if you got a great pass rush, in which I know we will, I mean, that's going to help out your secondary, in which they don't have to cover for an extra 2 seconds, So I'm fine with that. I think Dwight McGlothern, who impressed really, really well in training camp, he had a lot of interceptions, and I think Makai will get back on his feet. And then Samaya Vaughn, I have the UDFA making the team as well. He's a taller, lankier corner,
which Flores likes.
Right, and he's got good range.
Which I feel like, rest in peace, but I feel like that's what Kyrie Jackson was going to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and yeah, it's been a year now. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I mean, he was going to be an amazing part of the defense as well. I mean, the guy was 6'3", 6'4". Mm-hmm.
Tall, lengthy corner.
It's just, I guess we never had the opportunity to cover that.
Yeah.
So, but we were up in the cities around that time and just couldn't believe it.
No, not at all.
So, miss you, Kyrie. And then safeties, Harry, of course. I mean, come on.
Obviously.
You're not gonna
first ballot.
King. He should be. I got Harrison Smith, the Swiss Army knife, Josh Metellus, Theo Jackson, and I got Jay Ward making the team as well.
4 of them.
Just don't jump off sides on field goals, please.
Please.
Did that a couple times last year. And then I got Will Reichert and Ryan Wright. I think Ryan Wright won the punting competition after the international player, Oscar Chapman, kind of botched a hold last game, which Reichert ended up missing a 55-yarder, and then he banged a 58-yarder when Wright was holding. So
I think thrill, baby.
I think that competition's over with. They could technically bring him back because international players don't count towards the 53.
Okay.
So they could keep that competition throughout the season, and he'll just, get better at holding. I mean, hey, Pat McAfee didn't know what to hold when he got drafted by the Colts, and guy's doing pretty all right for himself. So,
yeah.
Kick returner, I got Ty Felton, but there's 2 of them back there. So Ty Felton and Xavier Scott. I see both of them. If Ty Chandler makes the team, that's, I feel like, the only reason why he's there. And then punt returner, like I said, Miles Price, and then Ty Felton will be the backup there, and then Andrew DePaula is throwing the ball through his legs. So that's what I got. And practice squad, I don't know.
I was gonna pull out my computer too and have my 53-man roster, but I
just forgot your computer.
I forgot my computer. Yeah, I can go with that.
I guess some notable players that I have in the practice squad: Joe Huber, guard from Wisconsin.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Put up a 90 PFF grade in Game 2 and I think Game 3 as well. And then you got Austin Keys, linebacker. He's done really, really well. And then Tavier Thomas and then Khalif Halassi, who had 2 interceptions in the first preseason game. Tavier will probably be an elevation here and there. You only get 2 of them per season, elevations from the practice squad. So maybe Tavier makes it there if Mekhi Blackman maybe gets cut. But we will find out. And that's all I got for my prediction. It'll change, I guess, I don't know when we'll be filming. It's Sunday right now, the 23rd, I believe. That's today's date, the 24th. And roster cutdowns are on the 26th by 3. So I don't know if we'll get another pot out by then, but that's what I got.
That's what you kind of have set in stone.
Right. I think that's my final prediction, I guess I would say. If Adam Thielen is not here, I'm assuming somebody else is going to be. There just has to be.
Yes, I agree. I don't think it'll be Amari Cooper until after week 2, if they go to that direction.
Right. And they might be waiting for KJ Osborne to get cut. What they're mainly looking for is, I'm assuming, and it's probably best case scenario, especially since you're 2 weeks away from the season starting, is a receiver who's familiar with the offense.
Robert Woods comes to mind.
Robert Woods, because he was in L.A. That's right.
I mean, I feel like Robert Woods would be more so of like a Band-Aid.
Sure.
Where like if we would go out and get Thielen back, or if we would go get KJ, I feel like those two would be more of a all season. Mm-hmm. What I could be wrong, and Robert Woods could be making plays in December for us. It all really depends on where we're at in that, because the season is completely different from September till October. Like every week, everything changes so drastically in football because every game is under a microscope compared to every other sport.
Right. I think that's actually the talk now about who we're going to potentially go after. Great transition, by the way, Evan. Very subtle. So, yeah, Adam Thielen, we've been in talks with the Panthers.
I feel like I love Thielen, but I feel like it's such a... Everybody wants it to happen because he's from Minnesota, stuff like that.
Right.
But he's also good, and I feel like if you get Thielen, put him in the slot all year, not even the first week, the 3 weeks. Obviously, you're going to use him more so, like bouncing around and probably play more X and the Y.
Yeah.
But once J.A. comes back and you got J.A. and Jettas on the outsides, and then you got Thielen in the slot where he was a stud when he was here the first time. Mm-hmm. And then, you just go.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, Thielen's definitely obviously a bit on the older side. He missed 6 games last year. He got hurt week 3. But, I mean, whether you're on the side of nostalgia or on the side of, trying to think football-wise why this works, you're right. I mean, you're right either way.
I feel like more so like anybody we go out and get is going to be more nostalgic.
Yes.
More like Amari Cooper. If we go get him, it's the same thing with Thielen. Not as many ties as, or Robert Woods. Robert Woods is past his prime. Cooper's past his prime. Like, there's guys, but you have 2 guys that are both good receivers when they're healthy and able to play. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah.
I'm and that's the thing is, like, you got Thielen, and he'll be there for the first 3 weeks, and depending on when Naylor comes back, and who knows? I mean, that's the problem here is nobody knows, and they don't have to disclose it until, I believe, when roster cuts are made in the final 53, because then they have to announce who's on IR, short-term IR. That all has to be done.
And I feel like depending on who they go and get is a testament to more so Naylor than anything. Mm-hmm. How much confidence do they have in Naylor when he's healthy to be the third receiver?
Right.
Because your third receiver, you're not asking as much as your first 2. It's Jefferson, because Jefferson's going to get his. Addison's going to get his when he's back. Hawkinson's going to get his. So he's going to be like the 5th, 6th, 7th option in our offense.
Yeah.
And whoever they go out and get has to understand that and has to agree to it.
Right.
And maybe that's why the Panthers, maybe Thielen's kind of got his hands tied up. But even in Carolina, he's not going to... He'll probably be the number 1 option to start the year out. But they still got Leggett. Didn't they pick a guy this year as well?
Tet.
They have Tet, and then they have a couple other young guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand what they're looking for. I know that they want the veteran presence, and I know that he's a good security blanket for Bryce. I understand that. But the Panthers, like you said, they have Ted. Jalen Coker, I believe, is the other one that's really been doing well, and Xavier Leggett as well. So, I mean, if you trade Thielen, who is in the last year of his contract, and I'm sure the Vikings would be willing to pay his salary for the entire year while giving up a 5th or 6th round pick.
And I feel like the compensation you get or give to get anybody doesn't really matter.
No.
Like, if it's a 5th or if even a 4th, like, it doesn't. If you truly believe in your roster, like everybody around the area and everybody believes in, then go get who you want.
Right.
Don't wait and settle for one guy. Go out and get the guy. Mm-hmm. Help your rookie quarterback.
Right, and I understand. I mean, maybe the Panthers have just an absolute trump of a statement where they're like, absolutely not. He's staying here because blah blah blah. I get that. But everything makes sense, and it
makes too much sense.
But the problem is they have leverage because they know that we need a receiver. So they're obviously going to ask for more. Otherwise, they're like, we don't need to do this deal. Mm-hmm. You guys want to, So they have leverage, unfortunately. No matter what kind of pick or whatever we could do for them, they could demand a 3rd or a 4th. And at that point, I know Kwesi's going to hang up the phone and go to somebody else.
Yep.
But there's different tiers with this kind of stuff. You go tier 1. I've heard Terry, but that's tough because then you got to pay Addison in 2 years.
No, you don't go get Terry because that goes back to my point earlier. He's not your number one option.
No.
Right now, Terry's the number one option for Jaden, and I don't know why he'd want to leave Jaden.
Right. I
mean, to be completely honest.
No, I think Terry should get paid exactly what he should be getting. The problem is that he's 30, so it's more so the longevity, not what he's worth. I'm sure they know what he's worth, but he probably wants it's like Kirk when he left for Atlanta. You know, Kirk didn't want a 1-2 year deal. He wanted 4, maybe 5 if he could get it.
And on top of the Kirk thing, the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Right.
Terry could go somewhere else and be like, man, like, you gotta remember, he was in the NFC Championship game last year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, with a stud young quarterback, I don't know why you'd want to leave.
Right, and I know that us who's not in the NFL will look at it and be like, well, hey, we'll take $20 million, you know? But, you know, I understand you want to get every dollar that you can get. I understand that. But there's a certain level where, I mean, Tom Brady was a guy who never, ever wanted to be at the top of the market. Oh. And he 6 with the Patriots, 1 with, the Bucs, for that very reason. Amongst other things, obviously it's not because he took a pay cut; it's because they won.
Around him.
Right. I mean, he was smart. Him and Belichick, obviously, arguably the best, head coach quarterback duo history. Mm-hmm. But just that thing where you can't pay Terry and you can't pay Addison. We're gonna have a tough time paying Jefferson and Addison at the same time.
I don't think they will. I could see us trading Addison in the offseason. We'll cross that bridge when we have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just only a matter of time where you got to make that decision. Or you have to pay him ahead of time so he beats the other guys. Because the salary cap is always rising. That's, and there are good teams. There are teams like the Eagles who do a really good job of predicting, because there's a new media rights contract actually in like 2030. And if you look at all the extensions that the Eagles have made, all their contracts end right before that season. And, then they have to renew contracts and boom, huge increased revenue for the NFL. And they got an owner who also can pay out void years as well. So
bring up the owner, we'll get there.
Yeah, but Ziggy, I'm sure he would. Ziggy and Mark have obviously given us.
I wasn't talking about that owner.
Oh.
I was talking about another owner. But we'll get there.
Oh, yes.
We will get there.
Trust
me, we will get there.
That's right. I can't believe I'm sorry.
I feel like that's why Howie's probably the best executive, him or John Lynch in football right now.
Yeah, Howie and you could say Brad Holmes, unfortunately, with the Lions.
Which we gotta see this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
They still got a loaded roster.
They obviously do. It just depends on coaching, and they've looked fine, I would say. You can only ask your second, 2s and 3s to put up so many points, but they only put up, I think, about 38 points throughout the preseason or something like that. So that's not a lot. Not a lot, but we'll see. They're going to be tough. Like I saw Jahmyr Gibbs. He was like number 21, I think, on the top 100. I can't hate the guy, but he's very good.
I always just, every time I hear Gibbs, I just laugh because how during the draft, they're like, we're going to take him in the second round. Like, the Vikings were going to take him in the second round. And then he went, 12?
Goes at 12, and I was laughing. Mm-hmm. And now I'm...
But he's a playmaker. He's not even a running back. He's just a playmaker.
Yeah, they might split him out to receiver. Go ahead. I would.
They have Amon-Ra. Who's not better than Jefferson.
I think, no. Never. But they did find that Isaac Tesla guy, too. But...
He's from Michigan, though, so...
Yeah. But enough with the Lions.
But we're going to...
For Pete's sake.
I wanted to turn the table. Staying on the Vikes. Let's talk about expectations.
Okay.
And I think it's got to start with one guy, and I think you know where I'm going to go with this.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on 9. That's for sure.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rookie quarterback. I say this.
Essentially, yeah.
I say this all the time. No expectations for him.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at him if he has a bad game. Because the Bears game is going to be a close game, I think.
Yeah, Soldier Field's always weird. It always is.
His first NFL start was Monday night. Which Vikings historically aren't good on Monday night.
That's very true.
So, we'll see.
Yeah,
it's a big game, though. Week 1, you can't even overlook that.
No.
Ben Johnson's first game in his tenure in Chicago, and then kind of the new new era of the Vikings, if you want to.
New era of the Vikings and the Bears. I mean, it's hopefully two turning points for two teams that are young and upcoming.
I feel like not so much us because we're more. I don't want to say established, but I do because like we've been here. We have a better track record the last 5 years.
I mean, 13 plus seasons in the last 3 years is no accident.
Yeah.
Well, 2022 you could
but
the one score games.
But then you look at the 1 year that the Vikes weren't. I mean, we were the 1 year we were like 7-10, or like the middle year in between the two.
2023.
But like we started 4 quarterbacks that year and we still won 7 games.
Right. I mean, you got Kirk who went down, Jefferson who had a lingering hamstring injury, Hawk got hurt.
Kirby Joseph.
Later in the season. Yeah. Thank you, Kirby.
We keep going back to the Lions.
I know. I just want to beat them. We haven't beaten them in 3 years.
Back to the expectations. Where do you think we go in the division this year?
As high as 1 and as low as 3, I would say. I don't think we take last.
I'm saying like record-wise. But you could go there too.
Oh, like division.
I feel like we could win the division.
I think we split with the Lions, and I realistically think we could go like 4-2 or 5-1.
I think we're gonna go 3-3.
3-3? You think split with everybody?
Nope.
I think the Lions twice. Really? Okay.
We can't win in Detroit. I mean, we lost to the Lions when they were 0-11 in Detroit. Cam Dantzler, thank you.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I feel like we've split with the Packers the past like every year. It feels like
we swept them last year, but
I never chalk in 2 wins against the Packers. 'Cause
I don't chalk it against any divisional opponent, especially. I mean, the Bears. I don't see Soldier Field being an absolute.
But I feel like if we lose week 1, I feel like we beat them at home.
Right.
I mean, for sure. But we could. I don't think we sweep the division.
No. I think at best we could do 5-1.
I think
we lose at least once to the Lions. But everybody else, I'm not too threatened by Green Bay. Nope. And the Bears have to prove it to me before I take. And that's not anything against the Bears. It's just they hype themselves up every offseason and then absolutely, poop the bed when it matters most. So, I mean, the Lions have shown us. They've shown us the door how many times. And I think we can get them once, at least at home. In Detroit, that's tough. That's a tough environment.
I feel like the Lions this year is hard because the one home game is Christmas.
Right, and that too. That's not a primetime game.
Nationally televised game, and everybody's watching.
But we got a quarterback who loves the pressure. That's the thing.
I guess we'll find out. We could be a completely different team in December than we are in September.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I mean, as far as overall record, I mean, we have a tough schedule. We're gonna have teams like the Bengals and the Commanders and the Ravens coming to town, which is nice.
And you got to think about it. We have 2 overseas games too, so those are never marked as W. Right?
No,
you never do.
No. Historically, we do really well over there. That's great. And then the Eagles too. So it's a tough season. I'd say 11-6, 12-5. At best, I would say 12-5. At worst, 9-8. I would say it's very possible that things just don't click.
What do you think our floor is?
Like a 9-8, 8-9. I would say.
You think that high?
I think that yes, because I think that this team on paper. Again, on paper is very different from what they put out on the field, but the fact that KO has been talking very highly, Brian Flores. I don't think people realize also, especially our own fans, don't realize how great of a coaching staff we actually have. And I truly believe with the players that they brought in and the development, I think Kwesi's getting a little bit better. Maybe more so on the UDFA side rather than actually drafting players who are able to.
But I feel like that's Kwesi's not going to he'll never be remembered as a drafter.
No.
He's going to be a guy, he likes to spend money, he likes to go out and get guys he wants.
Right.
And that's what he's good for. And that's.
Last year he nailed it, and this year, hopefully it looks like he'll nail it again. So he's invested a lot and given them a good opportunity to succeed with your young quarterback, who he'll have bumps and bruises. This is just not going to be. It's not going to be a surprise that JJ might throw an interception. in all honesty, he might. He probably will. I mean,
our defense is loaded, so that's why I feel like they went out and got it.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about Caleb Williams holding onto the ball too much in week 1, and Jonathan Allen is right up in his face, or Grenard absolutely kills him again. I mean, it's just there's a lot of support that JJ has.
For me, I'm not gonna put out a number. I don't like putting out a number how many games you're going to win.
Right. I mean,
especially this year more than ever, really, with the quarterback that I don't know.
Yeah.
He was a winner in college, but there's been so many winners at college that just don't pan out the next level that I don't want to put more pressure, even though the pressure that I'm going to put on him isn't going to mean anything to him.
Right.
I'm going to sit here and I'm going to fangirl every weekend for him, and he's just 1 year older than me.
Oh, boy, yeah. Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry I had to mention it once.
I mean, what I don't understand with a lot of people, and here I am backing up my quarterback, but people calling him a handoff merchant or a game manager, and honestly, what's wrong with being a game manager? Honestly,
Purdy just got money too.
I mean, what's the problem? I mean, if you really want to say, I mean, Tom Brady was a game manager his entire game manager. Here's the thing, it's not mostly defined by the stats. If you're going to call someone a game manager who throws for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns a game and doesn't turn the ball over, I mean, you might as well call him Jared Goff, who was in the MVP running last year.
I feel like if JJ can do, to bring it back to 2017, what Case Keenum did in 2017. That's all we need out of JJ.
Right. I mean,
JJ doesn't need to be Jaden Daniels. He doesn't need to be Jalen Hurts. He doesn't need to be that type of guy.
But even Jalen Hurts, and I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, but he's on a loaded roster too. All he's doing is distributing to his guys. If it's there, it's there. He'll take it.
That's obviously all JJ needs to do, and that's why we have him set up in this situation to succeed.
Right. So, I mean, the term game manager is so negatively viewed, and I don't see it that way. I'd rather have my quarterback not have to throw the ball 40 times a game and rather be able to have a solid run game behind a well-improved offensive line, knowing that, hey, if we don't score on this possession, we got a hell of a defense that'll get us the ball back. And we got the best receiver in the game, arguably one of the best wide receiver 2s in the game when he gets back. I mean, there's so much that he has in support that I don't mind him getting called a game manager. It's when people have to criticize the fact that he's a game manager, and I don't see an issue with it.
I completely agree. I feel like we want to be a more complete team.
Right.
More so in 2022 with Kirk, where we just threw the ball everywhere, and we won, 13 games a year?
Yeah.
Because our offense was a top 5 offense in the league, and our defense was, bottom 5?
Yeah.
And we'd just come up with a turnover here and there, and that's how we'd win games.
Pretty much.
I'd rather be a complete team where we win by 2 touchdowns, and then the next week we lose by 2 touchdowns. I don't need to. The 1-score games can go away.
I really don't want a heart attack every single game.
No. But that's the last 4 years. It's been that. Even going back to Zimmer, it's been the last year Zimmer was.
Yeah.
Every game is down to the nails.
Right. It's
sweating.
I remember that Steelers game. We were up by 4 touchdowns. They come back.
Oh, that stupid Thursday night game.
Yeah, it took a Harrison Smith absolute pop on I believe it was Pat Freiermuth to get the ball out and win the game. So we don't want that. We'd rather have a complete team that, doesn't have to edge out a win every single week. And I think we have the roster to do it. And we can play at our own speed. We don't have to play at other teams' speed. And if we want to ramp them up, we can ramp them up, and our defense will do that.
I also feel like I'm blanking on what I was going to say. I won't lie.
Okay.
I'm completely lost right now. I'm going to have to cut this out.
No, that's fine. But Flores will obviously throw stuff at you, and KO, he'll hurry up here and there, depending on what JJ is comfortable with. He'll push JJ, but in the game, I'm sure he'll only do what JJ is really comfortable with. And from that starting offense, when we played Houston first week in preseason, 12 personnel, a lot.
I feel like that's also why they gave Josh Oliver the contract extension as well.
Right.
I feel like you're going to see more of him. until JJ gets completely comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And they're not going to ask him to make many big throws. They're going to try to run the ball a lot. And I honestly, nothing against Aaron Jones, but I see Jordan Mason potentially getting more of the heavy workload this year.
I feel like Jordan Mason's going to be more of our red zone guy.
Sure, yeah.
But like going down the field, because I feel like Aaron Jones brings more of the pass catching ability. Like the 1st and 5, he's looking everywhere. 1st and 10, he's looking everywhere. JJ is and can't find anybody. Dumps it off to Jones 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay ahead of the chains. That's all you need to do. That's all JJ needs to do.
That's really take what the defense gives.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't try to make the big play. I mean, if it's there, it's there, and 3 yards is better than a 4-yard sack.
And we also say this, and we're couch watchers.
I know, we're like, how hard could it be?
You play quarterback, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's like Burrow said it really, really well. And I know it's not the most credible podcast, but the Full Send podcast, he was on there like a couple of years ago. And he was explaining sacks, because they were talking about how bad the offensive line was in the Super Bowl, which it was. He was basically explaining like how different type of sacks are. Like if you take a sack and like you're on let's say the 35 and in your opponent's territory and you're trying to get a field goal, but you take a 7-yard sack, now that turns into like a damn near 60-yard field goal instead of, if you just threw the ball away, now it's like a 53, which is a little bit more manageable. But if it's like a 3rd and 16, you take a sack, whatever. You were going to punt anyway,
Yep.
So, like, JJ, in that sense, like, I think he'll do fine with if he gets pressure and he'll just throw it away. But I feel like JJ also has that, like, I've got a pretty good arm, So
and that could kill him.
It could.
In the long run or, whenever. I mean.
It's happened to Mahomes how many times.
I just feel like JJ has to remember that he doesn't always have to throw it to Jefferson. Because I feel like that's what might kill JJ right away is like, where's 18? Let me throw it to him.
Yeah.
And then he's throwing him into triple coverage and then...
Because that's what Darnold was like. Mm-hmm. Darnold really had to trust Addison throughout the season until they finally got that connection towards the late part of the season.
And I feel like that's also... The JJ not being at training camp might help that in the long run.
True, yeah.
Because he's looking at Addison. He's looking at Addison. Because Addison's running the one routes, and that can help him in the long run to be like, hey,
Yeah.
But Jordan did have a couple drops in training camp, but it's training camp. Everybody's going to be rusty.
It's the bumps and bruises part of the season, and you're just trying new things, and, it's the spot where you can make mistakes. So, I mean, it's nothing to overreact at, but everybody does it,
You can sit here. I'm just excited. I'm ready for September 8th and Soldier Field. I'm just ready to rock and roll, baby.
I know. It's going to be a fun season regardless.
I just feel like in going back to the complete team part of the whole scheme here, I feel like you have to make the tournament to win the tournament. Mm-hmm. Instead, you don't have to. You can start 1-5 and sneak into the playoffs.
Eagles Eagles started 2-2 last year and then won 12 straight. So, I mean, it just, like, we went 2-2 in 2017.
Yep.
Cook tore his ACL, and boom, we won 11 straight. So
with a backup quarterback.
With a backup quarterback and Latavius Murray at the running back spot. And
Jet.
Jet
McKinnon. Dirty Bird.
In Atlanta, yeah.
That's where he's from.
It is.
Georgia Tech go crazy.
Georgia Tech, go Yellow Jackets. So yeah, I think that's about it. We signed Carson Wentz today, traded Harrison Phillips, and I think that's it for transactions until a receiver, hopefully, that we want.
We probably both have his jerseys in our closet.
I never actually got an Adam Thielen jersey.
That's sad.
I don't have him or Harry, so I need to get a Harrison Smith jersey before he decides to call it quit at the age of 45.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Or this year.
If that's the thing.
When we host the Lombardi this year.
We
don't want to.
It's the perfect send off.
Now we sound like
trade for Adam Thielen, and Adam and Harrison Smith they ride off into the sunset with their deserved Super Bowl ring. Boom. What's up, stud? Just wanted to let you know that you are halfway through this episode, and we truly appreciate it. I do have to get a little bit greedy and ask that you check out our socials on Instagram and TikTok at Bold North Sports. It's where we post our short form content. At the times where Evan and I won't be able to get together and record a long-form episode, that's where I come in. I'll be posting my opinions and takes on the day-to-day news that drops leading up to the season and during the season for the Vikings, Wolves, and Wild. If you aren't interested or you don't have either of those apps, that's okay. You can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to listen to our long-form episode in video form. If you're not interested in that either, you can select your preferred podcast platform and search Bold North Sports to find and listen to us anywhere. Alrighty, I'm done. I'll let you get back to listening. We will now be transitioning into the Twins segment, and I gotta say, we aren't mad, just disappointed. Here we go. So basically, the Twins, they had quite a dumpster fire sale a couple weeks ago, and the Polids announced that they were going to continue to own the team for a championship. They were going to build a championship contender after having an insane, probably the biggest garage sale, rummage sale, yard sale, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you even call that. The darkest day in Twins history. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna let you have this monologue here.
I don't really know where to start with this. I mean, I'm like speechless.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, 23 months ago, 22 months ago.
Yeah.
We beat a Blue Jays team in the playoffs, and now here we are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make an asterisk right here. I've probably watched more Twins games after the deadline than before.
Really?
Because I don't know. I'll turn the Twins game on now. I really don't know. It's sad. It's sad being a Twins fan. It's sad with what the Polids have done. I mean, it's just overall sad. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I mean, even as someone who doesn't watch the Twins that much, when I was reading that statement, it just felt like a.
It's a giant FU to the fan base and everything involved.
Really is, especially with how they worded it, saying that they're going to do their best to build a championship contender after trading away Correa, Louis Varland, who we still had full control over in arbitration.
We had a lot of control. I mean,
Durant still, I think, had another year or two of arbitration. And you also had, who else did they trade? Willie was another year or two in arbitration. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you still had full control over these guys who are going to be making $1 million, $2 million a year in arbitration. I mean,
they're penny pitching that bad where it's to the point where it's like, why own the team if you're gonna be like this? I mean, when you have a pro sports team, you don't have a pro sports team to make money,
right?
Because like the Yankees, every year they're considered. If you go to the business side of it, like the pure business side of sports, more so baseball is different than any other pro sports because there is no salary cap.
Right.
But the Yankees, the Dodgers, every year the owner of the team, the business side of it is a failing business. Because you're paying more money than you're getting coming in, but you win games, and that's what everybody wants. You want a successful team. When you own a team, you have money. Clearly, you don't. It's not me and you are owning the Twins where we spend money we don't have. Well, we would. I mean, I would too. I mean,
just to see a championship, yeah.
But I feel like to get outside of that for a second, I feel like the fans were mad, but everybody's gonna come back.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's like, Target Field, you couldn't really tell a difference watching a game before the deadline and after the deadline. You can't really tell a difference in the fandom.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to love the team. I mean, when you're a fan of a team, you're not going to, unless you're a bandwagon. But if you're a true fan of the team, you're not going to just jump off the ship.
Right.
As easy as it would be. I mean, for me, it's not. I've been a diehard Twins fan my whole life. And it's more so just frustrating that you have guys that they've owned the team forever. Like they owned the team when they won they bought the team, then I don't know if they spent money or not. That's a fuzzy area. But they won 2 world championships.
Right.
How are you on top of the mountain and then, I mean, I guess it was 30 years ago. It was 30 plus years ago where you're on top of the mountain. But now you sit and how do you look at this team and you're like, what? Like Kirby Puckett's got to be rolling around in his grave. Like it's just sad. I mean, Harmon Killebrew, like all those guys. They played for the love of the game, and now the team that you are known for playing for is like where they're at now. Like I would be ashamed if I was a former player, like a 10-year player in a one team, and then you look at where it's at now. Like Trevor Plouffe even said it. He's just like, what are they doing? There's no. It seems like there's no plan because now you're not going to go out and spend, and I feel like that's the most frustrating part. It's because you're going to go and you're going to have your hands tied behind your back.
Yeah.
and which is like why even it keeps going back to the point of like they need to sell. Just Twins baseball can be fun. Because I went to Game 2 of the Wild Card Series, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
I mean they won first playoff series win in our lifetime, playoff win.
Yeah.
In our lifetime, and then now you're looking now and you're like, what? How am I supposed to root for the team?
Right. Yeah, it's tough because I mean you finally see it after what was it 23 years or something like that.
Something like that. Just
20 years.
Abysmal.
I think it was 20 on the dot actually.
It was 18 straight.
Yeah.
The last playoff series win was against two.
Yeah.
Trivia question: do you know who?
The A's.
Moneyball A's.
Yeah. So I mean it. You know, especially when they come out and say, yeah, we're going to cut payroll by $30 million and not improve the team after, you know, just a little ounce of success. That wasn't a major success, but just cutting payroll, huge slap in the face to the fans. And you've never really gone back to, I mean, last year they missed the playoffs, and then now this year it's looking like they're going to as well. And they were only, I believe at the time of the deadline, they were only about 5 games out of a spot in the playoffs.
Well, they were 5 games under 500, but they were like, there's like 7 teams that are all within the wild card race, so you have to.
Sure, you have
to play, like they had to play like 800 win percentage baseball to make the playoffs.
Right, yeah.
Which is not likely, but they had the makings of a good team.
Mm-hmm.
But baseball is weird. Baseball is a weird sport because all the guys are on arbitration, and it's almost more fun watching the team now because you have Luke Keeschel, you have young guys that are studs that you're going to see, and they're going to be here for 4 years until they're traded when they're owed a contract, which is you can't build anything. Like Joe Ryan, you have a stud pitcher, he won't be here very long.
No.
Like they're going to trade him as soon as they have to pay him, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just, I keep repeating myself, but it's just frustrating. I really don't know where else to go.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, you don't own a team to penny pinch.
Right, and I think a lot of these owners don't understand is like, if you win, more merchandise is sold, more tickets are sold, more season tickets. I know that's their golden big money maker there. I mean, if you put a good team on the field, you'll expect a return. And whether you lose, I mean, you're still going to have fans that come back. It's just, I'm sure they know that. I mean, I'm not throwing some secret out there that I've been gatekeeping, but it's really that simple.
But Minnesota's weird, too. Minnesota fans are different. We're a different breed of, like, we filled the Metrodome when the Vikings were a 4-win team.
Right.
Like, we filled Target Field, like, when in 2017 and 2018 when they lost 100 games.
Yeah.
Like people go to games still because they love to watch it. And how do you not see that and be like,
the Timberwolves before 2021?
There was a dark time. I mean, that T-Wolves would lose 60 games, the Twins would lose 100.
Yeah.
Then the Vikings weren't like they are now back in the early teens, and
they'd have a couple of good seasons, and then the Wild.
You have nothing.
Other than, first round exits, but that's about it.
Wow, kicking me when I'm down.
Sorry. I mean, I didn't know you were still down.
Sorry. I just feel like, too, if you're the Bullets, how do you not look at the other owners of the Minnesota teams?
Right.
And how do you not have, a little sense of, shame? Look at the Wilfs. What they did with TCO. That place is awesome.
Right.
They spent money. That's not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at, Craig Leopold. Even him. He went out the first day of free agency in 2012 and handed out huge contracts because he wanted to win. I mean, it's even Glenn Taylor, say what you want about him, but I mean,
eventually, did something and got Jimmy Butler and,
But everybody has a track record in 2008 when the Twins were still in the Dome.
Right.
The Poleheads are like, let's get a new stadium. We need a new stadium to win.
Yeah.
They built a new stadium. They spent money the first 2 years, and then ever since that, it's just been plummeting. And I don't. The on-field part of the situation isn't really where it's at. It's the front. It starts at the top and works its way down. It's just it's what it is, and it's every sport. And then it's so hard because when you love a team, and then you
can't do anything about it,
and then they're punching you in the face every day, essentially.
Yeah, and some of them could care less.
Exactly.
They don't care. I mean, obviously, they're the reason why they're there, but, I shouldn't say because they're there, but because of their money and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they get paid at the end of the day. I mean, they're still billionaires at the end of the day.
This puts the money isn't everything into a completely different perspective.
Right.
It's just, it's just so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I sit here, I'm just repeating myself. It's just, I don't even know what to say.
Obviously I'm not as emotionally
attached,
upset or attached to the Twins like you are. So I mean, it's
like dating. It's like in a toxic relationship to bring it to it. But like, I don't even know. You can't even compare it to that. It's that bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
You grow up and you watch them lose 100 games, and then you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, hey, even if you're like a 60 to 80 win team every year, but. Well, maybe not 60, like 80 to 100 every year, like in that ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice.
I wonder with baseball because there's going to be a lockout in 26. That's what the rumor is.
Really?
Because owners want a salary cap. If they would create a salary cap right now, it would be even more embarrassing for the Twins.
Producer Austin actually said something earlier that there should be a certain amount that the teams need to spend. Too.
Well, you got to have a floor, and I think that's what some of the owners want that too, because you got teams like the Twins. I mean, other than that, everybody else seems like the White Sox, the Ishbia brothers.
Yeah,
they just bought the White Sox. They were going to buy the Twins.
Oh,
so they'll start to spend money. So the White Sox, the A's, once they move to Vegas, their payroll will shoot up.
Yeah,
because it's Vegas.
It's Vegas, yeah.
It's I don't know. We can just be done talking about him because there's just not anything to say.
Right.
It's gonna get worse in the winter if they trade Pablo and they trade Ryan, they trade Jeffers. Like, it's gonna get worse. They're gonna bottom if they're not already bottomed out now.
Mm-hmm.
But to go back to the trade deadline aspect of it, I just wanted to know that day. I texted producer Austin. I was just like, what was their breaking point? Like, where were they going to, what was an absolute untouchable? Because their number one asset they don't trade in Joe Ryan.
Yeah. Pablo.
Well, he's hurt.
So
you can't trade him. But, your number one, Joe Ryan's best season of his career, he's an all-star. You could have probably gotten 3 top 100 prospects, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you don't trade him just to trade him in the winter when his value is going to be lower than it was now. His value was the highest. I just don't understand that aspect of it. Even if you're trying to win with such a low payroll, what? I don't know.
You think they ever thought about Royce?
No.
No.
Royce isn't worth anything right now.
Right. I mean, he barely can stay on the field, and plus, even when he was this year, his average was only about 200, maybe.
But hey, he hit a grand slam.
But he hit a grand slam, so we're all back on the train. 2 out of 3
to the White Sox, so it's over.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long time. Hopefully I'm wrong, because they do have the second... See, this is the optimistic part of me. They have the second best farm system in baseball. I don't know. It's going to be a never-ending cycle until the Polands are no longer the head owners.
Yeah.
They could be still part of the owners, but they're going to get other investors. But as long as their names are still on the checks they dish out, they're not going to do anything.
No.
They're going to keep doing this. They've been doing this for 10 years, our whole entire lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't help with, the biggest contract they've given out, Carlos Correa, is a salary dump 2.5 years into the contract.
True.
A pure salary dump.
Yeah.
Because you've been a single A pitcher with a 6 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so hard. I mean...
Do you want to switch teams?
Yeah, we can. I'm over this.
Do you want to talk about the team playing Thursday just a little bit?
No.
No?
I mean, they're going to win 9 games.
You think? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I thank Tommy Olsen for that one, but I don't know. You can if you want to.
I just, coy.
That's really why.
That's really it, yeah.
And we're both thinking of one person. That said person's not on the team.
Oh, no.
That said person.
She's going to have a great season this year.
What might be covering Gophers women's basketball for one reason this year?
For one reason only, that's for sure.
But if you want to stick on basketball, I mean, we could talk about the other team, the other successful team.
Yeah, true. It's
kind of it's a tough part of the year though. There's nothing really to talk about.
No, and they didn't really do much. I mean, they didn't have any money. Also, that's kind of the other thing is you're in the second apron. You're not they brought back Julius obviously, but other than that, I mean,
left, but
nothing was going to change. So.
As long as you got 5, that's all that matters really.
I mean. I don't know what else they have to do to get over the hump. It's very annoying.
They just have to let Ant just keep developing.
Right. I mean, he's only 20. He just turned 24, so he's still 3-4 years out of his prime.
Out of his prime, yeah.
And I don't know. I think they just need more experience in the playoffs. I mean, you make the conference finals 2 years in a row, and you lose 4-1 2 years in a row. Thunder are a good team. I mean, they're a really good team. And
I feel like this year's conference finals was closer than last year's.
Sure, yeah. I think last year, that first game that we played against the Mavs where Luka took over, and it was still close. I think that was a game where Rudy got spun around by Luka, and then he hit that shot over him or something like that.
Make it full circle. You don't rewatch that game, man?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Target Field.
But, yeah.
The last Twins game that I've been to, and probably the last Twins game I'll be going to for a while.
Yeah.
But to make it full circle, to go back to the Twins for a second, when the Twins were for sale, the other bidder on the Minnesota Twins, back in like 84, 85.
Was it our president?
Yeah. I wanted to say it, but I didn't.
The thing is that I think...
but that's the ultimate butterfly effect.
There was a rumor, actually, too, that he was going to move the team. So I think that's why they didn't sell it to him.
But, you go to that, though, but we're at right now,
Yeah.
Is this baseball team better than not having one? I know the answer for me, but that's one white kid in Minnesota. So I don't think my opinion or perspective changes the needle at all for anybody. But
Yeah, that was interesting when I first heard about that. I was kind of like, huh. But then someone was like, yeah, he was planning on moving us somewhere else. Probably even Vegas, I would assume.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Vegas has always been Vegas ever since it went up. And, back in probably the 50s or 60s when Vegas was really starting to be the... I have no idea if this becomes a clip or something where I decide to post this and someone goes, actually, Vegas was...
Elvis Presley. You know that song?
True. Okay, well then that's like 60s. So maybe even before that.
It does.
I mean, he literally made a song, Viva Las Vegas,
Great song.
So, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. There's going to be some history buff in the comments.
There always is.
Yeah.
Everybody, whatever we say, we are wrong.
I
went back and watched your old clips.
Yeah.
To kind of make this more of a event session.
Sure.
Because the Twins we don't need to talk about. The Vikes we hit on. We're excited.
Very, very well.
Very excited. But looking back at our old videos, everything we say, like the We Should Start a Podcast videos, like my favorite. Everybody comments on like everyone.
Podcast equipment should be more expensive.
That's good too. It's just like we're just two kids that just want to talk Minnesota sports.
Right. I mean, really, a lot of it shouldn't be taken serious. But then also, you got to look at other. I mean, there's like Caps Off is another one. No disrespect to Caps Off. Have you seen them?
Which team are they rooting for?
They're like everybody.
Okay.
But they're one of the guys is like a Niners fan. There's a Vikings or a Dolphins fans in there too, or something like that.
It's not two delusional sports fans, Minnesota sports fans like we are.
No, but they had us going like 2-15 last year, and then they were completely wrong the entire season. But like there are other podcasts out there where I look at, I'm like, we would do a lot better. Like I think so, but I guess
we care about.
I guess we're
sports
just
teams with
casual. Sometimes we emotionally will spit out takes, and
that's from the heart.
That's it.
When you got a team like the Vikes, and then your summer team is the Twins.
Yeah, understand where we're coming from.
Yeah, there's so much grace period in between the two of them. It's like we're on the moon, and then we're I don't even know where to say we're on.
We're never in the middle or a good comfortable spot. It's
the Wild are, but But you got the Vikings up here, then you got the Twins down here, and then you got the Wild.
The Wolves are up here, too.
But if you go, like, historically,
the Wolves
we're all kind of right in the middle.
Yeah.
And the funniest part is the Twins have the only 2 championships.
Right, and then the Lynx, who
are a wagon.
They are an absolute unit.
and
My
Frost,
goodness.
Taylor Heisey go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they lose this year?
No, they won back to back.
But they went back to back.
Drake said it best.
Go Frost. Go Frost. Congratulations, Taylor, on your marriage.
It's funny.
To Parker Fox.
Dude, he's a good guy.
I know he's a good guy.
He means well. He's from Wayzata. You know the last game from Wayzata?
I mean, if she's listening, hi. Go Gophs.
Go Gophs, baby.
Go Gophers women's basketball.
But
stay healthy, Mara.
Keep going back.
Shit.
I don't know. This is what we have to do. We have to have some of this side of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all supposed to be serious. I mean, they just say whatever.
This is like ADHD just popping out.
Really, it is. I mean, there's one thing I think of and then something else. If you say it, then I jump to that, and then I forget what I want to say before.
Yeah, I think that's when, like, in the middle of the podcast, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm saying. Because I think you said it. I'm like, I can't just repeat him.
Yeah.
But
I'll purposely like stutter to try to get my thoughts across, so that I create extra words to.
See, this is podcast.
Right, when you hear me go that I'm like trying to think of my thought there.
If you couldn't tell, if you're this far into the video, if you couldn't tell, this is the point of, like, we had all of our gas put into the Vikings, and then we were like, there's 3 other teams you have to try to fit in right now.
Right.
And
if you had like a pie chart of like what teams we discussed, it's
85% Vikings.
Pretty much 85, 10
of just what we're doing now.
Right, and then like what are we at? 95. So
5%
we're at like
of Twins, Wild Wolves.
Pretty much. Yeah, you stick them all together.
But it changes during the seasons.
Right.
If the Twins were hot right now and maybe a higher payroll, we'd spend more than 10 minutes on them.
Yeah, gosh, it's actually the Pullets' fault that we have nothing to talk about with the Twins. Not our fault.
A hobby podcast. We're going to blame it on the Pullets. I like this.
Yeah, we're going to blame it on the Pullets. And, I mean, obviously the Wolves won't start till October. And the Wild.
October as well.
So, I mean, we're very limited. You just have
Just to add a Wild segment in here.
Oh, sure.
Marco Rossi got re-signed.
He did. What was it, $5 million a year or something like that?
3 years,
AAV?
5. Yeah. All they need to do is sign 97.
I know my stuff. He's not a bust.
That's all we need to say is sign 97.
So I can get his jersey now, Marco.
If you want to.
Perfect.
But you know his jersey you should buy because they should pay him.
Correll.
Damn right.
What do you think he's like? What's his worth? What's his AAV?
Whatever he wants.
Oh.
Ti.
Who's the highest paid player?
Producer Austin. Probably McDavid or maybe
Connor McDavid.
Maybe Marner got a huge contract from Vegas too.
Does any of these contracts surpass, like, let's say he gives, like, is a 4-year contract ridiculous for hockey?
4x15 maybe.
Really?
Maybe. Like that's a lot, but like maybe like a 4x10. Probably a 4x8's more common.
Like 4 years, $8 million in total?
No, $8 million.
Oh, per year. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say.
Hockey goes like 4.
Alrighty, so that'll be it for season 2. We'll call it
season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1. The Bold North Sports Podcast. Evan, where can these people, these lovely people, because we love our fans, even though if they hate us or like us, where can they find our podcast at?
Anywhere you get your podcast, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anything like that. YouTube, we're still kind of up in the air about that so far. Maybe a Facebook page here and there in the future.
Yeah.
But, we're available on all socials. We'd appreciate any follow we get.
Yeah, mainly TikTok.
We're just doing this for fun. Trying to get our thoughts out,
so don't hurt our feelings, please.
You can hate us or you can love us. There's no in between.
All right.
Pick a side, stay on that side, and we'll see you guys next time. And as always, Cameron,
I'm going to hit him with a dice roll.